Hi everyone, I'm back again to give a tutorial on some of these asanas that we really don't get to cover in depth in class that need a little bit of time to understand and practice. And so an offering for you to try Bakasana, crow pose, at home if it's not already in your practice. We balance on our hands and pull our legs together and steady our knees on the back of our arms. And it looks very intimidating. It feels intimidating to try it first because it doesn't make sense in our mind. This is one of the poses that I love to work with when we're speaking to yoga philosophy because it has a lot to do with overcoming our default thought patterns. One of the tricks that we often use in class is using a pillow or a bolster. And so if you'd like to try this at home, I suggest using a pillow. And when we use the pillow or bolster in class, it really isn't even there so that we crash into it, but it's there so that we know that if we crash, it's not going to hurt. And it's very interesting. It's just a mental thing that we get through by putting that safety guard in the way. But onto Bakasana. You're going to come up onto your mat. And I have my bolster here to convince my mind it's okay. And then I'm going to bring my hands down about shoulders distance apart. I'm going to bring my feet back with my big toe mounds together. And I'm really thinking about keeping my big toe mounds together. So I keep pulling into the midline. And then that way I'm able to control my legs and control my knees from splaying outwards. And I'm also keeping my elbows directly over my wrists. So coming up, come way up on your tippy toes, and you're going to bring your elbows over your wrists. Bring your knees into the back of your arms, and then maybe lift up one, maybe lift up two, and then you're going to keep pulling your toes into the midline. And you can bring your gaze just ahead or straight down below. But it's a lot of fun to do, so I suggest give it a try, work with that pillow, and if nothing else, like all of our yoga practices, this is a way into the mind just to observe the way that we think, the way that we limit ourselves, and I look forward to seeing you in class.